This is Gex calling, Dollface.
So I go to the store to get a game for my PS4, and I tell the guy, show me the games, and he's showing me the games, telling me the prices, and I was like, you know what, give me everything, I'll buy everything right now. And he's like, excuse me. I was like, I want to purchase everything in this store, and he's like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I'm sure. What do you think? I'm not sure. And he's like, no, sir, that's a lot of stuff. And I was like, yeah, and I have a lot of money too. Just give me everything. And he's like, sir, I don't have that kind of authority. So I was like, go get someone who has that kind of authority. So he's like, okay, I'll go bring the manager. I was like, okay, go bring the manager. So he brings the manager, and the manager tells me, you want to buy everything in the store? I was like, yeah, I want to buy everything in the store. And he's like, I don't own the place, I just rent it. I was like, listen to me, I want to buy everything in the store, not the whole area. You rent the area, good for you. I just want to buy the store items, that's it, the goods. So he's like, okay, let me just give you the final price of all the productions and whatever. And he's getting confused, he can't find the right words to speak. Oh, well, obviously you'll be confused because I just asked to purchase everything in the store. So he's like, I can't give you the estimated price, but it might be in 50 or to 80,000 dirhams. And he's like, I was like, okay. He was like, are you sure? How will you take all this stuff? I was like, I'll bring moving trucks, those big trucks you can rent. And he's like, okay, when are you going to pay me? And I'll schedule a deal and a date, and so we can exchange all these stuff for money. And I was like, I'm not gonna pay money. And he was like, excuse me? And I said, I'm not gonna pay with money. And he was like, I don't take checks, it's either cash or nothing. I was like, don't worry, I'm not gonna pay in checks also. And he was like, are you going to pay in pebbles? I don't want pebbles. I was like, who pays in pebbles in this day and age? I'm gonna pay with gold. And the employee interrupts his manager, and he's like, gold? How are you going to pay in gold? I was like, well, I'm gonna pay with gold. What do you mean how I'm gonna pay with gold? And the manager says, in kgs. I don't understand how you're going to pay in gold. I was like, I have gold coins. And the employee, at this time, I introduced myself, and they introduced themselves. The manager name is Jake, and the employee he has hired, his name is Joshua. And Joshua yet again interrupts Jake, the manager, and says, how the hell did you get gold coins? I was like, I made them. You made them, he says. And I was like, yeah, I made them, I have a guy. And he said, you have a guy who makes gold coins for you? And I was like, yeah, I have a guy who makes gold coins for me. And then the manager is like, I can't accept gold coins. I was, why not? Everybody else accepts it. He's like, everybody else? Who do you mean? I was like, I purchased a car with it. And he said, you purchased a car with gold coins? And I was like, yeah, I did purchase a car with gold coins. It's like, and the manager says, I've been working for 40 years and I've never encountered this kind of situation. And I told him, I've been buying things and stuff and everything. I've never encountered this kind of shop where he doesn't accept gold. And the manager is like, okay, but are you sure you're going to pay in gold? But I gotta bring a calculator and all that stuff. Calculate how much gold I have to give him in, which that price of gold, it fluctuates a lot. So he's like, okay, but I was like, I can't give you 100% gold. These coins are not made out of 100% gold. And yet again, Joshua interrupts his manager. He's like, what do you mean it's not 100% gold? We need 100% gold. And I was like, well, you can't have 100% gold. That's a waste of money. And the manager was like, what do you mean waste of money? I was like, you don't make gold coins out of 100% gold. You gotta put in some silver, so they have some kind of dexterity, or so that they don't bend easily or break off, or you can bite them off. You have to put in some silver, just like the gold medals in Olympic. And the manager just springs with excitement. Gold medal in Olympics? I was like, yeah, it's not entirely made out of gold. And he's like, what do you mean? No way, it's not made out of entirely gold. It's called gold medal for a reason. And I was like, it's made out of 92%, 92.5 actually, of silver, and it's 6 grams of gold. And the manager loses his shit. He's like, what? 92.5% of silver? The rest is gold? I was like, yeah, it's very expensive. They can't make that many gold medals. You know how many countries are there? You know how many people win gold medal? The last gold medal that was actually made from gold was awarded in 1912. After that, they stopped making gold medals. It's basically very expensive. So he goes about saying that this is the first time he heard, and is very surprised by the situation. And the manager says, what about people who want to sell those things? Well, it won't make that much money. You can pretty much buy it for $600, $500. I don't know. And yet again, Joshua interrupts the manager and says, what about Michael Phillips? And I was like, oh, Michael Fred Phillips, who has won 23 gold medals. Yeah, poor guy, I guess. You do know he has to pay income tax for that, right? Like there's tax for that. And the manager is yet again loud, and he's saying, no way, do I have to pay for that also? Yeah, I was like, yeah, there's income tax, you have to pay for that. So long story short, I didn't get a game, so that's why I'm playing in Miniclip.
Jump down, and then say some fucking gay shit.
I'm gay.